Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Brain Ladle Trivia Podcast. I am your host, Davo, with Andy. Hello.
Hello, Ladle Brainers.
And Kells. Hello.
Before we get started, does anybody want to get out?
That was great. And Neil. Hello.
That was another cultural reference that I don't get.
Aw. It's not as special when you don't get it. It's okay.
I get about 10% of your cultural references, so I'm kind of used to it.
So, our wonderful little brainers are aware that Kells and Neil duked it out on the top of the mountain last week to determine basically the guy with a pebble, and Neil kept the pebble. So it is incumbent upon me as a good host to establish a new way to assert trivia dominance. So we're having another tournament.
Good call.
Are we just going to keep having tournaments until you win one?
Yes. And then we can retire the show. So what we're going to do this time is we're going to do a 10 game. So the next 10 shows, we're going to do a 10 game tournament with the winner getting 3 points, the second place finisher getting 2, and the last place finisher getting 1. Total points at the end of those 10 games is the ultimate winner. Keeping it straightforward and simple. How you like it, guys?
I like that.
You got my attention.
I'm in.
So what we need from you, our wonderful listeners, is help me come up with a name for this tournament that isn't my usual mishmash of adjectives and then fading off into nothingness.
Wait a minute. Before we went on the air, you assured all of us that you had a name. That you
said you had a plan.
I said,
You had a plan.
now you're listening to the plan come together, which is ask the people for help.
30% of a plan
comes together.
So tweet at us, Facebook us, email us, hit our website, whatever you want to throw at us for a name, we'll look at it. And the winner, the name that we choose, will get a cool prize.
Sorry, I'm at Twitter right now at Brain Ladle Crap Plan. Okay.
Well, it wouldn't get to us because we're at Ladle Brain.
Oh, it's right. It's at Ladle Brain on Twitter because
just
Neil, what's the topic today?
Well, as you probably know, if you ever listened to the show before, we have a theme this week. And in that theme, I've got 6 categories. Each category has 4 questions, and each question is worth 10 points. There's a few bonus points thrown in here and there. Then we've got a final question, which is worth up to 100 points. But we have a new mechanic that we're going to be playing with today. Do you want to explain it, Davo?
Yes, I do. So what we're going to do for this tournament, for the entire run, is we're going to have a bonus round. And again, if you can think of a better name, send us your suggestions. We're going to have that bonus round. There are usually 6 categories. Well, at random, one of those categories is going to give more points. So instead of 10 points for a right answer, it'll be 15.
So I'm going to use a super secret scientific method to determine which category that is. All right.
well played.
I will not give away my secrets as to how I did that, so don't even ask. So when we get to the bonus category, I'll let you know. Today our theme is fruit.
Fruit.
So
what? Before you get started with that, Neil, I must interject. Andy, what is your favorite kind of fruit?
I, as my friends know, prefer my fruit in loop or pebbles form. Will there be a lot of fruit questions that are in loop and pebbles form?
Not a lot, but there may be one or two in there.
In trouble. Okay.
I suspect I may be in kind of the same boat as Andy. My niece came to visit a few weeks ago, and she eats very healthily and was always trying to push me to eat fruit. But I'm not really a big fan of fruit. I don't like the kind of tangy, sour fruit. Like blueberries in my pancakes is just ruining great pancakes.
Right.
That's just one of many examples. So, but she got me to think about fruit, and so I wrote a whole trivia quiz about fruit. The first category is science.
Science. The science.
I know. Unfortunately, this is not the bonus round. I want to be. I need to be clear also that for the most part, when I'm talking about fruit in this category, I'm talking about the botanical definition of a fruit, not necessarily the culinary definition. So, botanical fruits include basically anything that has seeds that develop from the ovary of a flowering plant. So that includes various nuts and some things that you don't necessarily consider to be fruit, like in the produce department. Okay,
Davo, have you ever been to the produce department at a grocery store?
Ian is a big fan of bananas. He was known when he was a little boy as Ian being Banana Head. So I've been there many times.
I have heard of this department.
It's the one where you can take a free 3-second shower if you want.
What I'm excited about, it's about eating healthy and being outside with things. So we should be really good at this.
Oh, I'm ready to give it a go.
Okay, well then let's get started. Question 1. Orange is a pretty popular fruit, but I need you to tell me which came first, the fruit name or the color.
Ooh. Locked in. Because it's 50-50.
Locked in.
I'm kind of easing you into it, Andy. It's going to be downhill from here.
Well, being somebody who doesn't eat fruit and is colorblind, this question is right up my alley.
Yeah.
I'm locked in as well.
Kels, what's your answer?
The color.
Okay. Davo?
I also went with the color.
And Andy?
I went with the color as well.
There was a fruit named the naranj, which happened to be orange colored. And when it got transported into Europe, they just kept calling the color after the fruit. So you were all incorrect. That's the way I like to start my tournament.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
I thought that was a softball.
Okay.
I got the 50-50 fruit question wrong.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm having flashbacks to the wrestling category already.
Nah, I feel lied to because it's more fruit history than fruit science. So on the technicality, I feel like we all deserve 1 point, but I know we won't get it. So I'm moving on.
No, you won't. Question 2. Some fruits are gassed with ethylene between being picked and being put on grocery store shelves. Why?
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in as well.
Okay, Davo?
I went with, so my thought was you pick it and then you zap it with the word you said.
Ethylene.
That stuff. With the ethylene to kind of to slow the ripening process once it's off the plant.
Okay. Andy?
I had the same guess that ethylene slows down the process of it ripening, and of course, ripening leads to rotting.
Okay, and Kels?
To slow the ripening process or to keep them fresh longer.
So that's interesting. The actual answer is to ripen the fruit, not to unripen it. Some fruit, when you pick it, it basically stops ripening, and so they do that so they can transport it, and then they gas it just before it goes on the shelves to get the ripening again. That's actually why. Have you ever heard that if you put a banana in a bag with other fruit, the other fruit will ripen faster?
I have.
It's because the banana exudes ethylene, and that helps to ripen oranges and some other fruit.
You know what I like about Fruity Pebbles and Fruit Loops? They are always at peak ripeness when you eat them. You don't have to worry about it. They're already ripe. They're ready to go.
I'm kind of excited
the
now
green ones because they're not ripe yet.
I'm getting a little excited at the prospect of sweeping all three of you for an entire category. So let's keep going.
I'm excited too, Neil.
Question 3. What common citrus fruit has a known adverse reaction to a large number of prescription drugs?
Oh, I think I locked in.
Oh, yeah.
I got this.
I'm locked in as well.
I've taken drugs before that say don't eat this particular fruit with this medicine.
Locked in.
Andy?
I think it's a grapefruit.
Kels?
Grapefruit.
And Davo?
Grapefruit.
Correct answer is grapefruit.
Ha! Broke your heart, Neil.
I know, I'm disappointed. There's actually several fruit that can do that, but grapefruit is the most common and has the most of whatever chemical it is that affects those drugs.
Also, grapefruit tries to, it tries to signal the eater that it's not good to eat by its extraordinarily tart taste.
I would agree.
You shouldn't eat grape. Yeah, you shouldn't eat them because they taste terrible. That's nature's way of saying, don't eat me. Eat a steak.
Question 4. What spiny Asian fruit has a smell that has been described as raw sewage or rotten onions, but according to naturalist Alfred Russel Wallace, tastes like almond-flavored custard?
I'm locked in.
Oh.
Again, I go back to my description of the grapefruit.
Oh, I'm locked in.
I locked in.
Okay, Kels?
I'm hoping it's the durian fruit.
Davo?
It is the king of fruits, the durian.
Andy?
Papaya?
Correct answer is durian.
Okay.
So it's kind of a strong comeback after the abysmal beginning. I've got Andy with 10 points and Davo and Kels tied with 20. All right, let's move on to the sports category.
Oh.
This is
I didn't think I'd see you.
Yeah. Well, hello.
Okay. All right.
What?
I'm sitting there. They was.
Well, you said I didn't think I'd see you. Well, hello.
Question 1. Syracuse University sports teams are known as the Orange. Formerly, they were called the Orange Men and the Orange Women, but I guess they changed fairly recently to just the Orange. What is the name of the Syracuse mascot?
Oh, I know this. Locked in.
What?
I actually know this.
What is the name of the Syracuse mascot?
I'm locked in.
Locked in.
Davo?
I just said Otto.
Okay, yeah, Andy.
My name is Otto. I like to get blottoed the orange.
Really?
Otto the orange.
Kels, what did you answer?
I also went with Otto La Orange.
The correct answer is Otto the Orange.
That was 100% a guess. I had no idea. I just thought it looked good on a piece of paper.
What?
Question 2. What fruit is the quote-unquote spirit leader of the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns? Bonus, what city are the Cajuns in?
Spirit leader?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's something in here.
Keep in mind the caveat that I gave you at the beginning of the show.
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
No, it's not there. It's not there. It's not there. Yeah, I'll just put that. Okay, I'm finally locked in.
That's what I thought. Locked in.
All right, Andy.
I almost guessed the tomato, but Louisiana Cajun, it's got to be the cayenne pepper. And I think the university is in New Orleans.
Oh,
Kels?
dang it.
It's it goes great in a lot of things. It's the cayenne pepper.
Yes.
But the Raging Cajuns I believe they are ULL. So that's Louisiana Lafayette.
Davo?
Oh.
I forgot about the chili pepper, the cayenne, all that. Oh, I put pineapple for some reason, and it's not even a fruit. So, it is also, I put down Lafayette as the city.
Okay. The correct answer is the cayenne pepper, and it is the university is in Lafayette. So I've got 10 for Andy, 12 for Kels, and 2 for Davo.
Yay.
Question 3. There are something like 39 NCAA football bowl games. 4 of them are named after a fruit or types of fruit. Name them for 3 points each. So
All 4?
Possible 12 points. 4.
4? Okay.
Yeah.
Mm,
Unless I missed some, but I don't think I did.
Yeah, I'm locked in.
I'm going to lock in.
Me too. Locked in.
Kels, why don't you start us off?
All right, let's go with the sweetest fruit in the swamp, the gator. No, I'm playing. It's I got I got the citrus bowl, the orange bowl, and the peach bowl.
Okay. Davo?
I have citrus, orange, peach, and none else at all. I couldn't think of another one.
Me either.
And Andy?
I have the orange bowl, the pineapple bowl, which I might have just made up, and the citrus bowl.
Would it help at all if I told you that not all fruit is actually edible?
Well, I
Would
believe
this
that
be
most fruit is not edible, but okay.
It's not the. Nah, I don't want to throw it out there and probably be poinsettia bowl.
No.
Okay.
How about Dallas?
The cotton bowl?
Cotton.
Oh,
Cotton's
wow.
not a fruit.
Cotton is the fruit of the cotton plant.
Why? I thought cotton because
Wait,
it's like
well,
there's a little
wait.
fluffy thing around it. There's seeds in the middle.
That's where the seeds are. And there's a
Wow.
flower.
How
and
are
it
we
turns into
defining
cotton.
what fruit is?
He told you.
I
at the
already
beginning
told
of
you at the beginning of the show.
Okay. All right.
Right.
Fruit is tricky and untrustworthy.
Okay, so when I said earlier there's lots of fruit in sports, I kind of lied. I couldn't find very much. So this is sort of a sport, and then it's a
Oh.
competition. Question
Okay.
4 is, this competitive eater with a fruity name has won apple pie contests and boysenberry contests, but is probably most famous for his hot dog eating.
I know that. Oh.
It's me, isn't it? It's
You're
me.
unranked.
I'm the answer.
You're unranked. in
I don't
most
think so.
publications.
This person had his world record for at the Nathan's contest. He ate 74 hot dogs with buns in 10 minutes in 2018.
Damn, that guy should get the Nobel Peace Prize right there.
Oh, for
Nathan
eating
dogs are
more
heavy,
than-
man. They're
I
all
know,
beef.
eating
That's
more than
serious.
most countries. It's people
Oh,
starving
my.
and he just eat hot dogs. Yeah, let's give him a prize for that. He should get beat up in the parking lot.
Don't touch his stomach. Don't touch his stomach.
Oh.
I am locked in.
He has a fruit nickname, is what you said?
No, his actual name.
Is a fruit?
Yeah, he has a. Yeah.
Okay. I'm locked in.
Davo?
I thought it was Joey Chestnut.
Andy?
When I think fruit, I think crunch berries.
Mm,
And when I think heroes, I
yeah.
think Captain Crunch.
Amen.
Yeah. So I think with the fruit connection, this has got to be Captain Crunch, just another one of his heroic epics.
Is the crunch a fruit though?
The crunch
Crunch
berry
berries
is a
are the
fruit.
fruit. Are the emperor
His
of
name.
fruit.
His name.
And he
though.
discovered the fruit. Well, his
Yeah.
name is shared with the crunch berry is a nut. That's why it's shared, because
Yeah.
he discovered it.
You know what I just decided? I'm not doing this with you today. That's what I decided.
I applaud that decision.
Yeah.
Kels, do you want to share your answer with us?
Yes. I was a little lost for a second, but it finally hit me. It must be Apple Paltrow Martin.
I wonder what her mother would do if she ate 74 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
Well,
I have a feeling that she would be what's the word? Disowned.
probably
Her mom's
not.
healthier than you are. Anyway, the correct answer is Joey Chestnut,
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
which is also a fruit.
Davo?
You know, I don't know. It's just one of the things that stuck in my head.
I thought you made that name up. It sounds like the lead singer to a bad, easy listening 70s rock band.
Well, he could be a wrestler. Could be a
Could be a
wrestling
wrestler.
announcer, though.
Yeah. Tony Schiavone and Joey Chestnut here at the Sportatorium.
I can tell you, this is one of the greatest atmospheres I've ever been a part of.
Thanks, Joey. Let's get back to the action.
Okay,
All
now I
right.
feel dirty.
At the end of round 2, I've got Andy with 36, and Kels and Davo are still tied at 51 each.
Woot.
Okay.
Which
Last
brings
in
us
the
to
fruit
our third
contest.
category, which happens to be our very first bonus category:
Oh,
Ooh.
no.
movies.
Music.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Oh.
Hey, are you doubting my highly scientific method of
No.
selecting the category? Okay.
We would
Absolutely
never
not.
doubt you because you're
Yes.
cruel and vindictive. It would make us pay.
Doubt the magic.
Question 1. The author of a book later turned into a movie described its title as, quote, appropriate for a story about the application of Pavlovian or mechanical laws to an organism which, like a fruit, was capable of color and sweetness. Unquote.
Locked in.
Locked in.
What? What's happening?
Yeah.
Where am I?
Yeah. I had it halfway through the guess or the halfway through the question.
Me too.
I thought it would actually be pretty easy.
I'm totally lost. What? Can you read it again?
The author of a book, which was later turned into a movie, described its title as, quote, appropriate for a story about the application of Pavlovian or mechanical laws to an organism which, like a fruit, was capable of sweetness and color.
I'm locked in.
Okay.
Obviously,
Andy?
the Sour Patch Kids movie.
James and the Giant Peach.
Okay. Kels?
A Clockwork Orange.
Davo?
What?
Clockwork Orange.
Son of a...
Answer is
That's real dark for James and the Giant Peach, man.
Yeah, very.
I'm not sure where the Pavlovian stuff comes in for James,
yeah, I don't know why.
You-
Yeah.
You
Clockwork
just-
Orange is much more...
You
This
must
is,
eat the peach.
I was like, man, either he's right and I really don't remember that movie, or
Oh.
Well, Andy watches his on the Criterion Collection, director's cut only.
This one's going to take a while to live down. Okay.
Yeah.
so that's
talk
15
about-
Okay.
points for Davo and Kels.
No, I didn't get any points for that, huh? Interesting.
Nope. No. Well, I mean, that's just because you got the answer wrong. Was the only.
You know how it is when you get the answer, like you stop listening to the rest of the question. I don't know why, but as soon as he started the question, like, oh, it's James and the Giant Peach, and I didn't even bother. Okay.
You could not be persuaded otherwise. He read it twice.
No,
and you still came.
I know. I was locked in. I felt. I was proud of the answer too.
You sounded very, very confident. I
was actually feeling. I was feeling pity for Davo. Like, I can't believe we're taking 2 or 3 minutes to think about it. Yeah, that's all right.
You peacocked through that one. And...
Oh, that one's gonna sting for a while.
Question 2. In this 2008 film, a stoner witnesses a murder, and he and his dealer are pursued by a dirty cop and an evil drug lord.
Locked in.
Locked in.
Oh, come on. Give it. I want to hear this again, so I don't. Yeah.
In this 2008 film, a stoner witnesses a murder, and he and his dealer are pursued by a dirty cop and an evil drug lord.
Ray Guy, I'm punting.
Oh, hang time.
I think I'm shook from the first one.
It does. That does sound like a shook punt.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's start with Kells then.
I believe it's Pineapple Express.
Davo?
Pineapple Express.
All right. Yeah, the correct answer is Pineapple Express. Question 3. What fruit is shown at least 22 times in the Godfather movies, prompting fan theories that Coppola used them to announce or highlight violent scenes?
Locked in.
Oh, man, I'm gonna get more.
I wish you
Godfather
watched it more than
grief.
once now, huh?
It should. It's American classic. How many times you seen Pineapple Express?
More times. I never have. I never have. No.
I'm sure there's other movies I can shame you with.
There's something I can shame you with.
Oh,
Neener.
What? You gonna throw Blank Man out there? I'm gonna pull that one out the hat. I'll beat you to it. Blank Man, all 3 Ninja Turtle movies. Yeah. I was a child. You have no excuse.
Yes, I've locked in.
Okay. Davo, what's your answer?
Why making me go first for more derision? I thought it was an orange.
Rip off the Band-Aid now. So that's your answer?
Yes.
Andy?
It is an orange.
Kels?
What?
Well, Johnny Ola brought one to him in The Godfather Part 2. If you remember that part. I mean, it's hard to remember after one viewing. But yes, it is the orange.
Not to mention he scares little children with his orange.
He does, right before he, well, spoiler alert.
Yeah. Which incidentally was totally made up on the spot. That was not in the script. And that kid was genuinely frightened. Yeah. That was not in the script. He just decided to carve those fangs out of the orange, and it really did frighten the little kid. It's in a movie, Davo, called Godfather.
Won some more.
Thanks.
But you got it right, though. Mazel tov.
Thank you.
Question 4. This game was released in 2010 on iOS touchscreens, but has since been ported to Android and Xbox. A live-action movie was announced in 2016, but has yet to be filmed.
Locked in.
Locked in.
Andy, some birds are considered fruit.
See, this is all I can. All right, I'm locked in. That's all I can do. I'm locked in.
Wow.
Okay, Andy. What's your answer?
All I could think of is Angry Birds, but of course, birds is not a fruit. But all I could come up with is that Kells had to put the exclamation point at the sentence. Fine.
Okay, Kells, what's your answer?
I went with Fruit Ninja.
Davo?
So it's not Angry Birds.
Fruit Ninja.
Correct answer is Fruit Ninja.
Apparently cotton's a fruit today, so why couldn't a bird be a fruit?
Yeah, the world's upside down, Andy.
I know.
All right, at the end of round 3, I've got Andy with 51 points, and Kels and Davo are still tied with 111.
Oh,
Thanks to the bonus round that I think Andy's regretting voting in.
a lot of people don't realize that the steak is a fruit.
Category 4 is television. Question 1. On Gilligan's Island, what fruit did the professor often use in his inventions? Bonus, who played the professor? So who's the actor? And for an extra bonus, the character's actual name.
Locked in. Yeah. My childhood wasn't wasted.
Yeah, I'm locked in as well.
I'm gonna lock in with a couple of jokes.
All right, Kels, make us laugh.
All right, so I know for sure that it was a coconut because I was astounded that he can make such marvels out of a coconut but couldn't fix a hole in a boat. I think his name
radio out of a coconut.
Yeah, but you can't figure out
A hole in a
boat
boat.
science. Yeah, it's just beyond me. But I think his name might have been Gus Chiggins, and he was, of course, played by It's a shock to me too, but I'm pretty sure it was Ray Liotta.
Wow. Huh. All right, Andy.
It is the coconut, which is used by science to get satellites into space even today. The actor is Russell Johnson, known to sci-fi fans from his big film This Island Earth, which he dies in.
Say big film?
And spoiler. What's that?
Say big film?
This Island Earth was supposed to be an epic sci-fi film that bombed.
Okay.
It was the Dune of the 1950s. Or the Robin of the 1950s, depending how you look at it.
How dare you?
And Russell Johnson played the professor, otherwise known as Roy Hinckley.
Davo?
All I had was a coconut, man.
The correct answer, obviously, is coconut. The professor was played by Russell Johnson, and the character's name is Roy Hinckley.
Yeah.
So here's an interesting nugget. They specifically wanted the professor to be asexual. He even actually mentions that at some point during the show, that he just has no interest in relationships because he's all about the science. But at the end of a Very Brady sequel, it's revealed that the professor is Carol Brady's first husband.
Boy.
What?
But I don't think
no.
No, hang on. So, the Very Brady sequel was, kind of almost a satire of the original Brady Bunch.
Yes.
I don't believe it's canon because Carol Brady's maiden or first married name was definitely not Hinckley. I forget what it was, but it wasn't Hinckley. So I think that's just a joke that they made during that movie. All right. Good job, Andy, on all the bonus points. Question 2.
For a really embarrassing thing to know.
The Banana Splits were a late 60s TV show created by Hanna-Barbera. What sibling team designed the set and costumes and later created many shows of their own?
Oh, man.
Locked in.
Andy's found his groove. By George, he's got it.
Yeah, by wasting my childhood.
All right, I'm locked in.
I'm locked in too.
Yeah, boy.
Davo.
Sid and Marty Krofft.
Kels.
It was the Rosado brothers.
And Andy.
It's the Winkless brothers.
It is actually the brothers Sid and Marty Krofft.
Oh. Were the Winkless actually the character names?
I don't know.
Am I getting that mixed up with character names?
So Sid and Marty Krofft went on to create or produce a bunch of different shows, including H.R. Pufnstuf, Sigmund and the Sea Monster, and The Land of the Lost, as well as Donnie and Marie show and the Barbara Mandrell and her sisters show.
Yeah, I shouldn't.
All right, Andy, this one's for you. In 1997, Saturday Night Live created a parody commercial for Fruit Loops starring this African-American poet and author who was the first poet to recite a poem at a presidential inauguration since Robert Frost.
Locked in.
What? Well, it's got to be. So what? I'm sorry. Say that again.
In 1997, Saturday Night Live created a parody commercial for Fruit Loops starring this African-American poet and author who was the first poet to recite a poem at a presidential inauguration since Robert Frost. It wasn't actually the poet. It was one of the Saturday Night Live actors pretending to be this poet.
I think it is.
But it was a poem about Fruit Loops, basically.
Yeah, I have no idea about the SNL sketch, but I know the poet.
Are you sure about that?
I do, because
you were pretty confident about Angry Birds.
No, this one I got.
James and the Giant Peach.
I am so frustrated that I had the opportunity to go see her speak, and she got sick before the speaking engagement and had to cancel and said she'd reschedule, and then she passed away.
You know, Davo wasn't locked in, right?
Yeah, I just want to point out that you just gave away some information that I didn't.
Yeah, you are terrible at this.
I thought everybody locked in. I'm having a bad game.
Just you and me, buddy.
I'm locked in.
Good job, Andy.
Right.
Sorry,
Andy.
Maya Angelou.
Davo.
Maya Angelou.
And Kels.
Maya Angelou.
Correct answer is Maya Angelou.
Did I give it away, Davo?
No, to be perfectly honest, I had it written down and then forgot to say I was locked in.
Okay. I feel better.
That's still a reminder to be careful what you say before everybody's locked in.
I've never been good at being careful what I say.
Here's a follow-up, sort of. Question 4 for television. Speaking of Fruit Loops, it was the astronaut nickname for which Big Bang Theory character?
I've never watched The Big Bang.
That's going to be hard.
Could you repeat the question?
Astronaut nickname that's related to Fruit Loops?
No. Speaking of Fruit Loops, it was the astronaut nickname for which Big Bang Theory character? So the character's astronaut nickname was Fruit Loops, but I want to know who the character was.
Oh, well, it can only be... Yeah, I'm locked in.
I'll give you a hint. It was the one character that was an astronaut.
That's what gave it away for me, Neil.
I'm locked in, too.
I'm locked in.
Davo, did you watch Big Bang?
No, and I have a very long diatribe about Big Bang.
Yeah, don't ask him
about that. About it. I know. I already knew.
You knew the diatribe?
Yeah.
Don't get me
Tell us
started.
what's your answer.
Okay. I believe it's Howard Wolowitz.
Andy?
Neil Armstrong.
And Davo.
He was my favorite character on that show.
Howard Wolowitz.
Correct answer is Howard Wolowitz. All right. At the end of round 4, I've got Andy with 75, Kels with 141, and Davo with 151. Category 5 is business.
Business.
Business of fruit.
Sort of. Question 1. Everybody's familiar with the current Apple Computers logo, but their original logo featured which historical figure?
Oh, man.
Locked in?
Locked in.
Locked in.
Davo?
Well, I'm not sure, so I'm trying to do a little logic. That I know that they had one of their versions of their Apple logo was more like looked more like an apple, instead of a stylized apple, and I just said George Washington because I thought, hey, they're in Washington, but they're not. They're in California.
Yeah. But I can see how you could go with that because of the whole apple tree thing.
I thought it
Yeah.
was
Kels,
a
what's your
cherry
answer?
tree. It's
Oh,
pretty
it was
sure
a
it was a
cherry tree,
cherry
wasn't it? Yeah, you're right.
tree.
See, look
Never
at
mind.
that logic
That was a
train.
stupid answer, Davo.
Yeah.
My logic train's on fire.
Kels,
I'm hoping it's Sir Isaac Newton.
Andy.
Yeah, before Apple stole their logo from the Beatles Apple Records, it was Isaac Newton sitting under an apple tree.
It was Isaac Newton
Dang it.
sitting under an apple tree. They changed it really soon after the company was founded. Question 2. BlackBerry was once the most prominent smartphone in the world. What country is BlackBerry based in?
Locked in.
Um,
I feel like I have two answers, and one is going to sound better than the other, but I think it's more incorrect. So,
So you think the incorrect one's going to sound better? Then
well,
the other one must be
I want
really
to be
bad.
closer to right than not. Meaning, I want it to.
I'm sorry. I'm
No,
locked
you're
in.
fine. You're going to keep talking over me, Kels? Is that how we're going to do this?
I said one word.
Oh, but
Or two, actually.
well, no, I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm locked in. I went with the really dumb answer.
All right. Andy, what's your answer?
Indonesia.
Davo?
I went with the UK, specifically England.
Okay. And Kels?
I was thinking like across the pond, but I went with Canada instead.
Oh,
Canada.
Well, I almost had my third sweep of the week, but Kels got it correct.
Oh,
BlackBerry's based in Canada.
Canada. Wow.
No.
And they're
Really?
still out there. They're still plugging away. You can still buy BlackBerry devices.
Why was I thinking Indonesia? I'm sure I've heard somewhere.
It's possible that's where their devices were built.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Wow. Okay.
Question 3. In 2002, Fruit of the Loom was purchased by this company headed by Warren Buffett. Bonus, where is this company headquartered?
Locked in.
Yeah, I'm locked in.
sure. I'm gonna lock in.
Okay, Kels?
All right, I said the OK China buffet.
Hmm.
And oh, I'm sorry, I mispronounced that. The Buffett. And I
see what
know
you did
he's from, I know he's from Nebraska, so I just guessed Omaha because Peyton Manning likes to say it a lot.
Andy?
Well, I was totally at a loss because I don't really follow the underwear industry. But then I heard you say Warren Buffett, and I realized, of course, it's Margaritaville, and that's in Mexico.
That's a different Buffett.
It is?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Davo?
I went with Berkshire Hathaway, and located.
Isn't that the character from the
Beverly
Beverly
Hillbillies?
Hillbillies?
No, that was
No,
it.
no.
Okay.
Oh, that's clearly Donnie's older brother.
And I went with Omaha, Nebraska.
Warren Buffett is the head of Berkshire Hathaway, based in Omaha, Nebraska.
Num.
I always get my Buffets mixed up.
Yeah.
And then question 4 in business. This company, founded in 1851 in Hawaii, is the largest fruit and vegetable producer in the world.
Locked in. This is part of my class.
Really?
I'm going to lock in as well.
Okay. I'm locked in.
All right. Let's start with Davo.
Dole.
Kels?
Yeah, I went with that guy that ran for president and failed.
Bob Dole won't stand for it.
And Andy.
It is Dole, and it is why Hawaii was annexed by the United States.
Really?
Yeah, the Queen of Hawaii, the new queen at the time, I've forgotten her name. Starts with an L.
Kalani?
Yeah, I think so. That sounds right. Sounds Hawaiian. She rolled out a new policy of Hawaii for Hawaiians, that she felt that American companies were stripping raw materials out of Hawaii for profit, which we were, particularly Dole. And Dole made it clear to the government that Hawaii should probably be a territory, and that fixed that.
All right. So the correct answer is Dole, if I didn't say that already. And that brings us to the end of the business category. And our scores are Kels and Davo are back to being tied at 173. And Andy has 95.
Anybody's game.
Our final category is music.
Oh, Andy. This is where
you want to try
shine.
rolling the dice again? No?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Question 1. In 1939, Billie Holiday recorded this song, which was a protest against racism and especially lynchings. It has been covered by many other artists and was named the best song of the century by Time magazine in 1999.
Locked in.
Locked in.
Yeah. I'm going to punt.
Yeah, I was about to say I doubt this will help Davo, but my favorite version of this song is Nina Simone.
Yeah.
There is a live version of Billie Holiday doing this just before she died that's also amazing. You can find on YouTube. I show it to my class every year.
I have to check it out. But Ray Guy.
Wow. Ray Guy.
You punted, Davo?
Hang time.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
So I don't really need to ask, but Andy, what's your answer?
Strange Fruit.
Kels?
Strange Fruit.
Correct answer is Strange Fruit. And it's a haunting song. I mean, it's almost hard to listen to when you realize that the strange fruit are the bodies of the black men that have been lynched hanging in the trees. I think everybody should listen to it. It is a great song, and I agree, Kels, that Nina Simone's version she was such an amazing singer.
Yes,
hers is great. I mean, Billie Holiday's is not bad either. So don't get
yeah.
All right, so that's kind of a downer, but let's move on to Harry Styles. This 2017 song by Harry Styles shares a name with a kind of fruit. It only reached 40 in the US, but for some reason hit number 2 in New Zealand.
Oh?
That's the sound of silence was dumbfounded.
I'm totally guessing from.
I'm guessing as well, but I am locked in.
Is that one of the dudes from One Direction?
Yes.
Okay.
The cute one, apparently.
I think everybody knows I'm the cute one from One Direction.
I am locked in.
All right. Kels, what's your answer?
Well, for all those who were curious, I scratched out passion fruit and I wrote down kiwi.
Okay. Andy?
Yeah, kiwi's the only thing I can come up with for New Zealand.
And Davo?
It's a fruit, it's a bird, and I hope it's a song. Kiwi.
But birds are not fruit.
No.
That's what I learned today.
This is the exception.
But the kiwi fruit is. And that is the correct answer.
Yay.
So that's why I said I don't know why it's called kiwi, because it doesn't seem to have anything to do with the song or the video. And so that's why I specifically said it shares a name with that kind of fruit, not that it was named after it. And I assume the reason that it was a hit in New Zealand is because it's because they're known as kiwis, named after the bird.
Yes. Kiwi. I've
Right,
never
question.
heard the song, Andy. Or can you tell me much about your One Direction days and
I
how that track was laid
it's
down?
well, that's obviously when he went solo. It's all a haze. I mean, I remember he met this Japanese visual artist, uh, and one of the other guys was really getting into sitar music at the time, and just things kind of fell apart.
We lost Andy. It's okay.
It's a
I have
shame.
to say, when I realized that Harry Styles was one of the New Direction guys or One Direction guys, I was a little hesitant to listen to the song, but I felt like I needed to for the show. It is a
Hmm.
really good song. I
Is it?
actually really
Really?
liked it. Yeah, no, I recommend going and listening to it. The video is really strange, but a lot of music videos are.
Yeah.
This is true.
And we
But
just
I really like
made
the song.
podcast history for being the first podcast in a few minutes to suggest to listeners to listen to Strange Fruit and to Kiwi by Harry Styles. So
Well,
that's awesome. We're the first ones to
I
do
mean,
that.
great music comes in all kinds, all flavors,
It's true,
Sure.
all
especially a fruit.
genres. Question 3. This Brazilian singer from the first half of the 20th century is known for her fruity hats.
Oh.
No. I I can see her, but
Oh, I can
that
too. And I
ain't
can do an impression of her. Yes, I know it
it.
is. Yes.
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
All right, Kels, what's your answer?
Oh, Kels is still
Oh,
thinking.
Kels, let me know your answer when you think of it.
Okay. I know it's wrong because I can't think of a last name, which is usually the most important part. So yeah, I'm gonna lock in.
Okay, what's your answer?
I really feel like it's Carmen, but I said Chiquita.
Oh,
Okay, Andy.
it's Carmen Miranda, who's famous for the
Uh,
Chiquita Banana song.
uh,
Yeah.
I'm,
Davo.
uh,
Carmen Miranda, excellently played
Correct.
by Bugs Bunny.
That's
who
how
it
I know her.
was.
Sort
Yeah.
of. The correct answer
Uh,
is Carmen Miranda. She had kind of an interesting life. She was ostracized in Brazil for being too Americanized,
Wow.
but she was extremely popular in both places. So, all right. Question 4, the last question of our regular rounds. What fruity band had a hit with "Play That Funky Music"?
Locked in.
locked in.
See, I know this. I can see the answer in my head.
Lay
Yeah.
down that boogie.
Play that funky music till you die. Oh,
Till you
man.
die. Till
I
you
can
die.
Till you die.
see it in my head. Oh, gosh.
Oh, come on, white boy. Play that funky music, white boy.
Oh,
That's actually
man.
why they wrote the song is because they were playing a concert, and someone shouted out, "Play some funky music, white boy."
It's all so simple.
Uh, I'm locked in.
Okay, and Andy,
Wild cherry.
Davo,
The Ramones.
Oh, don't
Kels.
you ever do that again. Don't you. I will come through this microphone. Don't you ever. No.
It is indeed wild cherry.
Correct answer is Wild Cherry.
Man.
The band was named after a cough drop.
Sucrets.
I don't know the brand. I just know the flavor.
Where the Ramones were named after a pseudonym of Paul McCartney.
Really?
Yeah, McCartney at the height of the Beatles would. I forget which one of the Ramones it was, but he would register at hotels as, I want to say, Joe Ramone. I know the last name was Ramone, but I forget what the first name was. And one of the guys in the band liked that and adopted that as his name, and the rest of the band kind of followed suit.
Huh. Nice.
All right. At the end of the regular rounds, I've got Andy with 135, Davo with 193, and Kells with 203. It's a pretty high scoring game.
It is.
Well, for two of the three players.
So for the final question today, I am looking at worldatlas.com. They have an article that is the most popular fruit in the world, and they list the top 12 most popular fruits in the world by metric tons. So I just need you to name 10 of those for 10 points each. And your time starts now.
Birds is not a fruit.
Okay, Andy, let's start with you. What did you come up with?
I literally got to the point where I was just trying to remember fruits.
Oh,
I know. It took me a while to come up with 10 fruits. Cherry, pineapple, bananas, grapes, oranges, watermelons, tomatoes, apples. Oh, what did I say? Oranges? Yeah. So I listed oranges twice, so I have 9. Well, all right. If I'll just put a caveat there. The second orange I meant tang, and lemons.
Astronauts to the moon.
So I've got 8 then.
Okay.
Another one?
Well done, Andy.
No, I
mean, I only heard 8.
Oh, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, crap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Davo, what's your list?
Once again, I've been double crossed by fruit. I will put in crunch berries as my last answer. Oh, blueberries, raspberries. Oh, I just thought of all the berries. Stupid fruit.
I went with apples.
Okay.
Bananas. Grapes. And I think all of us are gonna have kind of a tricksy little, this isn't usually thought of as a fruit answer. But I went with olives.
Ooh, nice.
Pineapple. Watermelon. I also put durian because they're really popular in Southeast Asia and they're very big. Strawberries, cherries, and peaches.
Oh, peaches.
Georgia.
That would have been a good one. Or pears.
Kels.
That's another
good one.
All right. I went with bananas, apples, strawberries, cherries, grapes, oranges, pineapples, blueberry, grapefruit, and I said avocado.
Hey, there you go. Good call.
That's my one.
Yeah, we're going to do one.
Right.
So I'll give you the quick list. I'll go through the list real quick and then tell you what I totaled for you, and you can tell me if you agree. Number 12 on the list was pineapple, pears, tangerines, plantains,
What? You're making
mangoes.
fruit up now. All right.
Oranges were number 7.
Oh.
Grapes, grapefruit at number 5. Apples, number 4. Watermelons were number 3. Bananas were number 2. And number 1 was tomatoes.
Tomato.
I didn't do bad.
Andy.
Wow, I didn't do as well as I thought I would.
Me either.
I counted 6 for Andy, 5 for Davo, and 6 for Kells.
Oh, man.
Which brings our totals to Andy with 195, Davo with 243, and Kells with 263 points, and the win. So for the tournament rankings, Kells now has 3 points, Davo has 2, and Andy has 1.
Well, thank you very much, Neil. That was a really good quiz on fruit.
That was a very good one.
Strongly lacking in Crunchberry, but we'll have to get over that.
Yeah,
I did throw some
What
Fruit
tricks?
Loops in.
You did throw in Fruit Loops, which I appreciate.
So from all of us here at the Brain Ladle Trivia Podcast, this is Davo with Kells.
In the words of a famous American, wop bop baloo bop, wop bam boom, tutti frutti.
Andy.
So long, ladle brainers.
And Neil.
A gentleman named Brian O'Driscoll once said, "Knowledge is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing not to put it in a fruit salad."
I love that quote.
Beautiful.
Signing off.
Hello, all you good trivia people out there. If you like what you hear, I have exciting news for you. You can listen to this show on your favorite podcast apps, wherever that might be. Whatever floats your boat. You got any ideas, you can tweet us at Ladle Brain. If you're into the Facebook kind of thing, we're at Brain Ladle Productions. Also, YouTube at Brain Ladle Productions. Kind of redundant, but you get the idea. We also have a website, brainladletrivia.com. If you want to get us individually, there's Neil, there's Kels, there's Davo, and there's even an Andy fellow. If you're feeling generous, also have a Patreon. You know, if you can send us some ducats, it will really help out the show. And that leads into us helping you. So help us, help you, and you be classy out there. Hope I'm out. The preceding podcast was presented by Brain Ladle Productions. All rights reserved.